and the condition you've all been waiting for. For this, an increasing understanding attempt, I'm consulting the American Medical Association Family Medical Guide, the Medical Guide Pro reading. Today is 16 July 2026. I'm Tanis, She/Her/Hers of Seattle, and I have decided to do, so I do cardiology, self-experimentation, cardiology, study of the heart, and corresponding blood flow system. And my blood pressure has stabilized at, so there's a top number and a bottom number, and the top number ranges from 2022 to present in the doctor's office, 91 to 111. The bottom from like 58 to like 80 something approximately is my range. And so there is in here, the entry is low blood pressure. They do have in parentheses a term for it. So page 417, low blood pressure is hypotension. The opposite of hypotension is hypertension, and that's high blood pressure. So mine is on the lower end of healthy. Some say there's like a 10 point, it goes up, it's 10 points higher at the doctor's office. So if that were true, it would be like 81 over 58 to like 100 over, or 81 over, I don't know how that would adjust the bottom. 81 over 48 to, 101 over like 70 something. So that those might be foreign numbers to a lot of people. It's my normal. This is one that it did when I started out on my cardiology self-experimentation. I haven't ever had high blood pressure. I had healthy and growing up, and so then I've shifted it to lower end of healthy blood pressure. And I do find this is a book I consulted back when I started. So I was living in Albany, California in the 2010s decade, and I was defining my self-experimenting. And this is one that I was like, I might want to return to, just because I had some sentiments about. So here we go. Quote, chronic high blood pressure is a serious problem, but chronic lower than average blood pressure is not. The only type of low blood pressure that may cause problems is the kind that comes on abruptly and causes dizziness or faintness, end quote. So, I looked at this, I read this back then, and it says, it's not a problem. And I was like thinking, for a lot, this is a holy grail condition, like, so to speak. So if depending on the doctor, if they classify my stuff as like low blood pressure, then there we go. A term for that is hypotension. I would say, I read it and I was like, can I think of a time where it's bad? And I was like, so here it is. Later in this section, it goes, quote, sometimes low blood pressure causes a diminished flow of blood to your brain that you will faint. Oh, wait, sometimes, quote, sometimes low blood pressure causes such a diminished flow of blood to your brain that you will faint, end quote. And I was like, 2009, I fainted on a pool deck, and low blood pressure was listed as a potential culprit. In 2014, I fainted in a bathroom and fell backwards and hit my head and had some long-term memory loss, amnesia, that I'm still recovering from. And low blood pressure was listed as a potential culprit, although on that one it was some sort of like infection or virus or something, I think was the one. So fainting is one that it lists as, or in dizziness. Fortunately, you go like, oh, I feel faint or I feel dizzy, then take your blood pressure. All right, this is one that's a really simple diagnostic. It's like, if you feel dizzy or you feel faint or something like that and your blood pressure is 140, that's like per what I've encountered, that's like the upper limit of healthy. So that's like the border of healthy to unhealthy high. All right. that I've encountered as that number. So so the no is not low blood pressure, even though you feel faint or dizzy. So this is one where I was like, I think I've kind of, I don't think that those incidents were low blood pressure. However, I was like, be really careful on my self-experimentation, because both of those resulted in me being hospitalized, so to speak. So one, I was taken in an ambulance to a hospital, and the other one, I had a parent who raised me flew out. I was living in Hawaii, and they flew out from Washington State and took me to the emergency room at a medical center. So both of those were very hospitalizations can, if it was low blood pressure, hospitalizations can come with low blood pressure, right? And serious head trauma, sort of, from impact damage. So this is one where I don't entice people to follow my path, because there's hospitalizations in my history. I'd say there's some stuff that can be indicators through my own work that is lower blood pressure, and I've mentioned that, and I've kind of covered that with some of my stuff of like how to I apply corrections. It's the core of my cardiology self-experimentation is blood pressure more generally. I don't try to, because it is low, I don't necessarily try to take it low. Those ones are, I'd say, from my own experience, low blood pressure, and especially so there's a top number and a bottom number. The bottom number can have a little bit of a feel to it if it gets low enough, and I don't necessarily, I have deliberately chosen a number a little bit higher than my like lowest readings in a doctor's office, because I don't necessarily like the feel that comes with like really low blood pressure. So I've chosen the healthier, kind of, for myself, even though I can go higher and lower for my blood pressure, and have through my self-experimentation. So anyway, this is one that comes with a little bit of a cautionary thing. And then blood pressure is how I kind of describe it, at least of current and recent, is what the blood feels when it flows through the heart system in the body. So there we go. And because more than one species has a heart, it's kind of it's a shared thing, but I focus on human blood pressure with possible, like, I wonder if I'm synchronizing with the wildlife. Does come in, because I do interact with wildlife and critters a fair amount. So there we go. So is there probing? There's probing and kind of providing balance balancing what's in here with my own experience. And I'm Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle.